Hey guys, my name is Sasha. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm doing a book review. So before I start, I just want to thank Kelly Doyle and Algonquin YA readers for a copy of this book in exchange for an honest review. So the book I'm talking about is In the Neighborhood of True by Susan Kaplan Carlton. This is a book about this girl called Ruth who is moving to Atlanta with her mum and her sister after the death of her father. They were living in New York, but because I think her mum wanted to just be closer with family and she grew up in Atlanta, so they move into Ruth's grandparents' pool house. It's a bit of a culture shock for Ruth because Atlanta is still very set in its ways compared to New York. Separate water fountains and like separate Bibles for like your colored people and your white Christian people. The whole premise of this book is that Ruth is Jewish, right? So when she does move to Atlanta, and where Jewish people aren't really accepted in all the schools and stuff, and even like Ruth's grandparents, mainly her grandmother, she kind of just like leaves out that her granddaughter is Jewish when she like introduces her to new people, because this is based in 1958, so you've got all your like debutante balls and things like that. So Ruth really has to choose between like being popular or her faith, basically. And I really enjoyed this book. To be quite honest, I actually had no idea how bad it was to be Jewish back then. I don't know about now. I really need to research it, but it was really weird, like, and jarring to see these white Christian characters talk about Jews and blacks being on the same level. And I think that's my white privilege showing. Like, the first time I really even heard about Jews in pop culture was Lizzie McGuire and Gordo and his bar mitzvah episode. I think it was a really good starting point for myself to learn more about that. So when they moved back to Atlanta, her mother is like really wants to get into the Jewish like temple because she converted when she married her husband. So Ruth like goes to temple on Saturday mornings and then football games with her new friends on Saturday night, and her new friends have no idea that she's Jewish and she's keeping this secret. But then this hate crime happens and Ruth really has to figure out like what is the right thing to do. Like, should she keep her faith and try to like let people know, or should she keep it a secret? Ruth was a really easy character to get to know. I know some white contemporaries, you're like, no teenager would ever do that, but Ruth was, she was very relatable, and she just wanted to fit in like every 16-year-old girl does. But the relationship with her mother was really nice. Like, her mother made her go to temple, but she also let her do the debutante balls when she wasn't really a fan of it, but like she still let Ruth like be her own person. And then even Ruth with her little sister, because like their father has died like 5 months ago, they're all still like going through grief and like through the loss of their father. And she never just brushed her sister off when she wanted to do things. Like, I just thought that was really nice. And she even has an older sister who like lives away, but her relationship with the older sister was really good. As I really liked the familial relationships in this book, and even with her grandparents, it was really nice to read a book where she doesn't not hate her family, but you know those like YA books where they're like, oh, my family just doesn't understand, I'm just gonna like listen to all my friends. And it's like, your family is there and they're trying, you just need to let them in. And it was just It was really good. I really did enjoy that aspect. And then even her relationship with like the pastel posse and the love interest in this book as well. So he kind of reminded me, I don't know if you watch Bachelor in Paradise or just any of the Batchy shows, but Davey from, what season was he from? Oh, he was from Sam Frost's season, but like then him and like Flo and Bachelor in Paradise, like the main love interest reminded me of Davey. I liked that Ruth got convicted by her faith, because when she does end up starting on to temple, she meets this boy called Max. Like him and the rabbi are both fighting for integration, and so like there is no separate water fountains, there's no separate Bibles, and I really enjoyed that. And I liked Max because he did like get Ruth like just a little bit like out of her comfort zone, and it was so good. And yeah, I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. I really do recommend reading it. It was a nice quick read, and it covered some very important topics that still probably happen. No, not probably, it still does happen like today. So yeah, thank you again to Kelly Doyle and Algon Queen YA readers for an e-art copy of this book. But if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more from me. If you want to be my friend, you can add me on Goodreads, Instagram and Twitter. They're all at sashreads, and I'll see you next time. Bye.